Probably. There it goes. Now it's recording.
Jeez.
Hey, bud, we're not doing a countdown.
No countdown?
No countdown, bud.
Oh, wait. Bud's not here.
Yeah, Bud's not here.
And we're live!
Well, welcome to Geek Tavern Radio. My name is Shill.
And I am Mike Bundy.
And we are so happy that you decided to join us today. It is awesome to have you listeners hit the download button. You'll notice that Dax Hastings, Bud, is not with us today. He is building a fence. Handyman.
Yeah. Or some would say building a wall.
Building a wall. He's trying to keep the invaders out. Actually, I think he's trying to keep the dogs in. They're prisoners.
Well,
they're prisoners.
They are ankle biters.
So Dax is not joining us today, but you know it's been a couple weeks since we've done an episode of Geek Tavern. We took a week off for Easter to get everybody together with their families, and then I went on my honeymoon.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, I was away, and we took those weeks and we took a little break, and we're back at it again, and excited to dive into some great content. Some great news that we have for you guys.
Yeah, the Earth might be flat.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's like conspiracy theories.
I'm really only kidding. It's interesting. We're not going to get there.
Right.
But so yeah, we're not going to go there.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm very happy that we're not. Somewhere that I do want to go though is in our normal category, talking about the Nintendo Switch.
Wait, you mean we're going to start off with the Nintendo system
on our Not Nintendo podcast?
Hashtag Not Nintendo podcast.
Right. So, Mike, why don't you lead us on this?
So there was a big, I don't even know what it was, like a press conference release thingy, and Sega actually had some news.
Well, yeah, I mean, other than a bad Sonic game coming out.
Right. So we got 15 Sega Genesis and Master System games coming to the Nintendo Switch, and this has a name. It came out on PS2. There was like a version of this where it had like a collection of Sega games.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like the new version. Not sure what it has in store other than 3 games that were announced, and that is Sonic 1, Phantasy Star, and Thunder Force 2. And I know nothing of the second 2 other than Sonic.
So I suppose that my biggest question with this is, you know, is this a step in the virtual console direction for Nintendo? It's really cool that Sega's coming out and saying, here's a collection of some of our greatest games. I think there's going to be some really good stuff on there. You know, Sonic is a classic. Everybody loves classic Sonic. And Sonic Mania did so well and was so good.
Yeah.
That it's only smart of Sega to follow up with something that they know people will buy, because nostalgia will drive sales.
Oh, yeah.
But that's incredibly awesome.
Yeah, so Phantasy Star looks like a very RPG, Final Fantasy-esque type of game. I'm just looking at pictures. So that's pretty exciting. Again, that's like a collection of games coming on the Switch from Sega. And they also announced a mini system of their own. And that is the Sega Mega. Is that right? Sega Mega. Sega Mega Drive Mini. I guess you're supposed to pause at Sega. Sega Mega Drive.
That's it. Yeah. That's where you put the emphasis on the right syllable.
Right. Words. They're hard. Anyway, Sega Mega Drive Mini. It's made by, I don't know if it's At Games or AT Games. They do a lot of, you know, those rip-off things that
yeah.
Well,
games. That's cool. I mean, that's cool.
I've heard that they suck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they're not good quality machines like the NES Classic and the SNES Classic.
Yeah,
those are awesome quality machines.
Yeah, this will not be, you know, any caliber like that.
Okay.
People aren't even excited about it because it's made by the AT games. So yeah, that's cool, I guess. Hopefully it's good. Like I won't buy one day one, but if it turns out to be good, I'll buy one.
Yeah, well, I mean, I Vector Man or bust. You know, like that's where I draw the line with my Sega nostalgia. Like it's got to have Vector Man included in it because that's one of the greatest games of all time.
Yep.
In my opinion, I didn't do a whole lot of Mega Manning.
It's so hard.
Yeah, but Vector Man,
playing it now, it's so hard.
Yep, and I loved it. I played that game endlessly. Beat both of them, and they're just great classic games. I love them so much.
A short Vector Man tangent. Like I've always liked the way he moves in that game. Like he's so smooth.
Yeah, for a 16-bit
yeah
character, he's round. He's got like cell shaded, rounded body parts, and it's really neat to see that he can. That he holds up really well.
He's 3D, but in a 2D game. Like
right.
It's hard to explain, but if you've played Vector Man, you'd know what we're talking about. But jumping right along here because
old things becoming new.
Yeah, old things becoming new. This one, honestly, this had the biggest pop for me, and it's funny. I'll get into why it's funny. But Spyro the Trilogy, and I should have wrote down all the games' names because
I know them.
Okay.
Yeah, the Spyro Trilogy, man. The original Spyro the Dragon, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon are all three coming back in the reignited trilogy. It is so awesome. There has been a lot of buzz ever since the Crash Bandicoot remakes that the folks wanted Spyro.
Oh yeah.
Right? And this looks like a ground up remaster to try to, but it still tries to maintain the same element of the entire game. The gameplay looks very similar, and it'll turn out better than the Crash trilogy, I believe.
I hope.
Because Spyro 1, 2, and 3, I believe, were built on the same engine.
Good.
So there isn't a whole lot of change-up that happened. Crash Bandicoot 1 and 2 were originally built on the same engine, and then they changed it for Warped. Right? Mm-hmm. So what happened with the Insane trilogy is that they built the entire game off of Warped's engine. Right? Similarities in that engine. And if you play Warped on that Insane trilogy, it plays perfectly. There's no problem whatsoever with the game.
I never even made it that far.
Yeah. Crash 2 plays similarly as well.
Okay.
But like Warped holds up and plays just like Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped did. But the whole game was built on 3's engine because of the things they had to do with 3. Spyro doesn't have the same problem.
Yeah.
Right? Because the game played the same the whole way through the franchise.
Yeah, and why it's funny that I'm so excited for this is my experience with Spyro is literally only through demo discs that were called Jam Packed at the time.
Yeah.
And so one of them, you could go in and you got to chase that. What did you chase? Like another dragon or something?
Yeah, I think it was another dragon. I'm not positive, but
there was like these racetracks and you had to chase them and catch them. And it was super hard.
Yeah, they were challenging.
And I just did that for hours. Like I didn't have, there was no end game because it's a demo.
Right.
But I just did it for hours.
So you'll be happy to know that wasn't just a one-off that they put into the demo. I think there's one of those encounters in every single level of the game, and I think that's Year of the Dragon.
Yeah,
I'm not positive.
It is Year of the Dragon. I do know that for sure.
But I'm almost certain that there's one of those dragons in every single level.
Yeah.
So yeah, you will thoroughly enjoy hunting and chasing those down.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this, even with my lack of Spyro knowledge and experience, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So.
Yeah, it's going to be super exciting. I don't have a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One. My hope is that they announce it at E3 for the Switch.
Well, I was just going to say, is it announced for the Switch?
It's not, but there are rumors that it is coming. There is an image that I saw on Reddit. It was listed on the Nintendo UK website for the Nintendo Switch at $40 market price,
right,
which is where it's going to be at for everything.
Yep.
But it was quickly taken down.
Yeah.
So a Nintendo employee accidentally activated it and took it down, or it was photoshopped. but there's no way to confirm that at all. I suppose the only thing that I would think might be the reason why is that Nintendo wants to announce it themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it has to come because we're getting the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy.
Right.
On the Nintendo Switch. I forget when, but...
I think it's June.
Yeah. So that is coming, so it has to come, really.
Yeah, so I think that what will happen is that Nintendo will announce maybe Spyro as a Smash character, and then they'll say, oh yeah, by the way, that Spyro Trilogy is coming to the Switch too.
Yeah.
I mean, the hopes. There are hopes.
Either Crash or Spyro in Smash.
Yep, or both.
Or both.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for the Spyro Trilogy. Something else that I'm really excited for, being such a Pokemon fan. Very recently, the Pokemon Company announced through the Global Link and Twitter that they were doing a throwback as well to the Kalos region, originally from Pokemon X and Y. And it's called the Ultra Kalos Classic. It's an online event, an online tournament, single battles for just the Kalos Pokedex-based Pokemon. So, like, we're going to start seeing a meta game again of, like, Mega Kangaskhan and Mega Charizard and Mega Venusaur.
Mega Blastoise?
No, actually, Mega Blastoise didn't see it in the competitive at all. It was, I'm not sure why.
I was just meaning it was in that game.
Yeah, it was in that game. But, yeah, so it's really cool. They banned all the legendaries except for the legendary birds. So you can't use, like, Mewtwo or Xerneas or Yveltal. None of the mythical Pokemon, which is nice. And then they also said that none of the Z moves are able to come in as well, right? Because they're trying to truly recreate the Kalos metagame in this experience. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Single battles, as I said, which is different because they didn't have the tournament, the video game championships. Those were double battles. So it was 2 versus 2 Pokemon. This is going to be 1-on-1. You'll be able to take 3 Pokemon in to the battle.
Okay, I was going to ask you that because when you say single battle, I thought you meant 1 Pokemon versus 1 Pokemon.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, single battle is
but
1.
But you can take 3 in?
Well, you can take 3 in for your team.
Okay.
It's you pick a team of 6 and commit to those 6 Pokemon for the entirety of the tournament.
Okay.
And then when the battle starts and you see your opponent's team, you both can choose 3 Pokemon.
Okay.
Right? So in the
but
video game,
but it's one, yeah, okay.
It's 1-on-1 battles.
Okay.
Yes. Single battles.
But you can take 3 into the battle.
Right. I've already got my team worked up. I worked really hard at the end of the X and Y metagame. I put 400 hours into Pokemon Y. Right, and I'm playing it again now.
I had about that. I don't have a copy where I play it, but
I'm working on it again. I'm doing a Wonderlock run. A Wonderlock run, for people who don't know, is it's where you catch 6 Pokemon and then immediately Wonder Trade them, and the Pokemon that you get are the Pokemon that you use for the entirety of the game.
Now, can you evolve them?
Yes.
If they're okay.
Yes. So I've got at the very beginning of the game, I've got a level 40 Pelipper that won't obey me at all. I have a Gloom now. It was an oddish when I got it. It's all grass and water types.
Oh,
the whole thing is grass and water types. But I have Tentacool. I have Badoo, which will evolve into Roselia. I'm really excited for that. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Because there's so many fairy types in that game. I got a bunch of poison. Good poison. And what else? Can't even remember what else.
It doesn't seem like your team's that bad.
It's not terrible, but it's water flying, water poison, grass poison. That's my whole team.
Like, it could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been. I could have got something. I did give myself one rule when I Wonderlocked. It was no duplicates. So if I got the same Pokemon twice, I retraded.
Yeah.
So, like, a Wingull came in after I had Pelipper, and I was like, well, I already have Pelipper, so I'm going to send up Wingull. I should have kept a Wingull now, in retrospect.
Well,
it would have obeyed me, but then I would have been like, well, that's kind of cheating. So,
yeah.
But whatever. Ultra Kalos Classic, super excited for it. I'm going to try to get Mike Bundy to participate with me, to dip his toe into the competitive Pokemon waters.
Well, I got to have the game, don't I?
Oh, you don't have Ultra Sun?
Oh, I have Ultra Sun, or Moon.
Yeah, it's Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Okay, I thought you meant like you had to be on X and Y.
Oh, no. It's Ultra Sun. Because it's the Ultra Kalos Classic.
Okay, I didn't
Yeah,
think.
it's because it's Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
I
No,
worked,
I guess
I
maybe
worked
I
9
didn't
hours
elaborate.
today. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, maybe I didn't elaborate well enough. But it is for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And again, no Z moves, no Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Megas, which is awesome because, like, I don't want to see Mega Blaziken at all. I don't want to see Mega Metagross or Salamence. Like, But I'm not looking forward to Aegislash. Aegislash is a pain to try to deal with.
Yeah.
But I have a good Umbreon. I have a good Dark type. It'll learn focus. That Aegislash.
Wait, you got an Eevee through Wonder Trade, or you?
Oh no, that's separate. That was
Oh
separate.
my God! See, I worked 9 hours today. Excuse me.
Yeah. No, I built my competitive team already.
Yeah. The Wonderlock run is separate.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on. The one little thing that we kind of just wanted to touch on is there's a rumor of 2K Studio working on a new BioShock game.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Now I've only played, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 hours of BioShock 1, and I just got sidetracked with something else at the time.
Dude,
and then
that's a crime. That's a crime in a gaming world.
I loved it. Like it felt, it's first person. It felt kind of like a Fallout, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of controlled the same. The HD collection goes roughly for $20.
Yeah.
There'll be another time where I pick it up. I'll play through them.
You must. I gotta say, like, the BioShock series has some of the deepest philosophy that you could imagine when it comes to government interference in people's lives and stuff. And, like, Andrew Ryan in the original creates that city, Rapture, to be a haven of just pure anarchy, right? Like, no government, and then falls victim to his own devices and his own ego, and creates a type of government intervention through his, like, secret police thing. It's so brilliant and so well written to see that a human being, one human being, can take their dream of a pure civilization and just so deeply corrupt it. It's great. It's amazing philosophy. It's one of my favorites. I wish they would make a movie adaptation of that game.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if it would do well. I don't know how they would do it exactly. There's so much lore that is told through the story and the different tapes that you pick up.
Yeah.
But I won't give away the ending to that game because it's a Fight Club-esque ending, right? Like, Fight Club is so sacred that you don't talk about Fight Club.
The first,
right? And
the first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club.
You don't talk about Fight Club. So, like, you don't talk about BioShock either,
Speaking of Fight Club, I've only ever seen that movie once.
It's good enough.
I mean, I don't think I'd ever really need to go back and watch it. It's not one that you go back and watch, but...
Man, I read the book after I saw the movie.
I think we all watched it, me, you, and Owen.
Yeah. And...
you might have seen it before that, but I didn't.
Yeah, but I read the book, and it's so well. Like, they transitioned so well. They did such a good job. There are lines of dialogue in that movie that are almost verbatim taken from the book.
Wow.
And, like, that's saying something. I mean, they had to change the ending slightly, like, tweak it.
Yeah.
They basically just leave out a chapter of the book. So, it's not something that is super critical to the story.
Yeah. There's some movie stuff for you.
Right.
So now we're going to go into our wonderful segment that we all love. What are you buying? What are you selling?
What are you buying? What are you selling?
As Shill touched on in the beginning, he's been on vacation, so I'm sure he's buying all kinds of things that aren't video games.
The food is amazing.
You can talk about the food. I like food. So as far as buying for me, I bought The Witcher 3 on Steam. I had some money left over from a $25 gift card I won on a good friend of ours, Ras, on the YouTubes and the Twitches, and so I used up the rest of that to get The Witcher 3 Complete Edition. It was like $18 or something. So yeah, that's what I'm buying. As far as selling, I mean, I'm not really selling anything. My fiance and I, we sold the Jeep that we had just bought.
Yeah. That's something. You sold something.
Yeah, that's a pretty big sell.
Yeah.
So, top that one.
All right. Well, I have an idea. But so I'll start with buying. Something that I was really into was Pokemon Crystal for 3DS. That's my nostalgia, I realized, when it comes to Gold, Silver, and Crystal, that generation of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Crystal is my nostalgia for that. When I was playing through Gold, I sat back and I was like, that just feels like something isn't the same.
Well, which one did you have when you were younger?
Crystal.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's why.
So that's my nostalgia. The route names, the little simple additions that they made to that game, and I think that there's a level bump too, like a difficulty bump. I'm battling stuff now. I'm around Violet City now,
Yeah.
and I'm battling stuff, and I'm like, I think this is a little harder than Gold and Silver, and I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that.
I haven't ran into that yet. Like I have that. I bought that. I'd never played Crystal, so obviously it's a new experience for me, and I would say it's probably the superior, version in that trilogy.
Yeah, for sure. The little things that they did
The town
really
names.
change.
Like,
yeah,
I lost my mind.
at the bottom of the when you pop onto a route in the town.
Yeah,
names.
route and
Yep, that was so cool. And then there's a couple little story differences that add. It mostly adds to the story. Doesn't really take anything else away.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the Pokemon differences really change up the game as well. And the moving sprites. The moving sprites are super cool.
Yeah.
When you go into the battles. So that was something that was really awesome. But so I bought into into Crystal, and I got it for my 3DS. I'm playing through it. I plan on taking that team and transferring it up to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon for maybe breeding purposes, because they come in with 3 perfect IVs and their hidden abilities. So I might bump it over there just for maybe even just keep it in my Pokemon bank for a nostalgia reference. For teams and stuff. I just found something in my Pokemon bank that I have from Heart Gold and Soul Silver, back when I had that game 6 years ago.
I wish I still had that.
Me too. I don't know where mine went. I think somebody stole my Soul Silver. I really genuinely don't know where it went. But that's neither here nor there. And then something else, I bought back into Pokemon Go. I took a break for the winter, which seems to be my common theme, which is crazy because they released a whole bunch of ice types during the winter this year. From Hoenn, right? Then there was a whole bunch. Adriana has probably like 30 more Pokemon in her Pokedex than me, because I barely caught anything over the winter.
Right.
But so I jumped back into it. They were doing a Kanto celebration. I don't know why. They just released a new update for their they're not, I don't want to call them daily tasks, but they're these field research tasks. You get them by spinning a Pokestop, and they're like a little mini mission, right? They're like a daily mission that you can do. And the big thing about them is that they're doing this event in the game where you can catch Mew.
Yeah.
So I was super in it. I was like, that's a legendary Pokemon. I've got to do it. There's no time limit on when you can catch Mew. Something that is very significant, though, is that, and I didn't know this when I was going into it, and I literally lost my mind when it happened. Each day you complete one of those tasks that you get, the field research quests, you get a stamp. Once you have 7 stamps, you get a mystery box. Okay? And that mystery box has cool stuff in it, like lucky eggs or ultra balls. But it also came with a wild Pokemon encounter.
Yeah.
That wild Pokemon was Moltres. And I lost my mind.
Oh my.
I freaked out. I was like, I'm fighting a Moltres right now. And it's super cool because it's really rewarding to rural players, right? Like people who can't get to a raid or gather up 20 people. Well, it doesn't take 20, but can't gather up a ton of people to fight a Moltres, right?
Yeah.
So you get this, you do one of these tasks for 7 days, and they don't have to be consecutive days. As long as you get 7 stamps, you encounter Moltres. I'm thinking that they are going to change that Pokemon monthly, right? Because that would be super cool.
Yeah.
Like next month they do Articuno or Zapdos. Put in Pokemon that people are missing out on with the raids, and and make it so that folks can complete their Pokedex. But the Kanto celebration is tied into this a little bit. They're doing like a double candy event, and really pushing for folks to try to complete their Kanto Pokedex.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was playing at work not at work, I was on break. I was catching Pokemon. Like right now, as we're recording, I just caught a Jigglypuff. I got 6 candies with Jigglypuff.
Yeah. So every Pokemon you catch has double candy, and you can use pineapple berries to double the candy again, so you can get 12 candies per catch.
Well.
Yeah. So, and then the eggs, when they pop and you crack an egg, you're getting double candy rewards from that as well.
Okay.
And so there's an increased frequency of Kanto Pokemon in the wild, right? Like, I just finally got Hitmonlee. And I've been missing that one for ages, but I'm finally got my Kanto Pokedex, original 151, up to 143.
Wow.
I finally have my Gyarados, right? Like, I finally have my Gyarados.
Freaking
But
400.
It was easy.
I'm sure it was.
It was easy.
I'm sure it was.
And I think that's part of the reason why they did it, because in the Mew quest, there's a step where you need to evolve a Gyarados. So the Kanto event, I think, is to help players get to that goal. Which kind of sucks if you miss out on that. Maybe they're making Magikarp more common, though. So
well, yeah,
cool.
I'd never seen one until this event.
Yeah, right? Because they gravitate towards water. When I was in New Orleans, they were literally everywhere. You walk around every street corner, there was a Magikarp.
Wow.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. But yeah, it's super cool. It's the most fun I've had playing Pokemon Go since the game came out, I think. Right? Because everybody was super into the hype when it first released. And those Kanto Pokemon were such a nostalgia moment. And everybody was just trying to complete the Pokedex and push to get everything you have. I have 143 now. Right? And there are 2 legendary birds that I don't have. Right. So that puts me up to 145. And then I'm missing Mew and Mewtwo, which is 147. So I'm missing 4 Pokemon. And Mr. Mime's not available in this region.
Oh.
I missed out on Farfetch'd because it was a community event day. And
well, for a long time he was only valuable in, like, what was it, Australia or something?
He still is. He's still regional, but they did a community day, which they've been doing monthly now, where a random Pokemon, they select a Pokemon and it's super common that day.
Right.
Like today, as we're recording, it's community day for Mareep, and Mareep is it's everywhere. Right? Like, you can probably sit and open your phone and encounter Mareep. Like, they're literally everywhere. But and they had shiny ones too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like they were everywhere. But man, it's just so much fun, and I'm so close to completing the Kanto Pokedex, and I really hope that I can, maybe not get those legendaries and regionals, but I'm missing Kangaskhan, Mr. Mime, and Farfetch'd. And then Hitmonchan is the only other Pokemon that's non-legendary that I need.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's super awesome. I've been having a blast, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future with it.
Yeah, I mean, I like that, all these, I forget how far they even are on Pokemon, but yeah, bring them all.
They're in Gen 3 right now, and I think that Gen 4 is probably going to start dropping over the summer.
Yeah.
That'd be a good time for them to start. The way they introduced Generation 2 is that eggs were randomly hatching the baby Pokemon. Yeah, that's how they started Gen 2. So, like, Pichu was cracking, Igglybuff, Cleffa, Smoochum, Magby, Elekid.
Wow.
With Generation 4, I'd really like them to see, like, Munchlax come, because that was a baby Pokemon in that generation. Yep. Badoo was a baby from that one. Happiny, Chansey's baby form, was in that generation. So I'd like to see them maybe do the same thing, or start with an Evolution, because there are 2 new Evolutions in Gen 4 with Leafeon and Glaceon.
Right.
They have tons of cool stuff that they can do.
Is there any, this is a random thought, is there any Gen 1 Pokemon that don't have an evolved form?
Farfetch'd?
Or pre-evolution? I don't think Farfetch'd does either.
No, Farfetch'd.
Wow.
Yeah, Farfetch'd got no love.
No love for the bird
with a leak.
What is it?
It's a leek, like an onion, like a wild onion.
I was gonna call it celery.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a leek.
Okay.
Yeah, at least it wasn't in the anime. They call it a stick in the games.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
So I just got something in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon that was that it's a stick for Farfetch to hold to raise its attack. So, which is weird because like you want Farfetch to know acrobatics, which is a move that does more damage if they're not holding an item.
Yeah.
So like you want Farfetch to have acrobatics. Why would you want it to have a leak? It's air a stick. It's strange.
Yeah.
But,
anyway.
Yeah. So I'm buying into Pokemon Go. I'm all in on this. I'm trying to catch up to Adriana with Pokedex, but it's gonna be an insurmountable turn of events.
I'm gonna be hatching my eggs.
Yes, I'm really excited.
I bought a bike today.
Oh, nice.
That's something I'm buying. Why did I
Yeah,
say that?
You're buying a bike.
Stuff is popping up on my computer screen. Yeah, so I bought a bike, so I'm hoping I don't go fast enough for it to be like, hey, I'm a passenger.
They raised the speed, I think, to 15 miles per hour.
Okay.
I think on a bicycle you are able to hatch eggs.
Oh, I can't wait.
I believe so.
I'm just gonna ride circle.
Yeah. I mean, that's good enough, man. You know? Like, that's how it works. They check your location they track your location every moment you're playing the game, but it refreshes every, 2 or 3 minutes or something.
Yeah. They need to figure out, maybe they already did, I don't know, but, a way for you to progress in, sleep mode.
Oh, yeah. Well, power save. Oh, well, yeah, this is totally...
Because when you
we
turn
can
your...
just edit this out, but, power saver, or battery saver mode.
What's that do?
When you lower your screen, it goes dark.
Oh.
So, in your pocket, it won't press.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm not editing that out. That's amazing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so what?
I probably will.
So what I just explained to Mike Bundy is that the battery saver mode, they added that in probably before Gen 2 came out. They fixed it. It was originally in the game, but it didn't work.
Okay.
It didn't work at all.
I just assumed that it I don't know, just made it not as bright or something.
Oh, no. Yeah, it shuts it when you tilt the screen down. It shuts it off, or you put it in your pocket, it shuts it off. It makes it so that the screen isn't tappable. So
I do 25,000 steps at work. Holy crap!
You're gonna be hatching eggs like crazy. So anyway,
I gotta bring a phone charger.
So I'm buying into Pokemon Go. Okay, so I haven't sold this yet, but and it's conditional, right? The hype is full tilt for Avengers Infinity War, and I am starting to get a little worried. If this movie isn't one of the greatest movies of all time, I am going to be so upset, right? And I know the story is going to progress, so I'm not going to beat them up if they ended on a cliffhanger or something really bad happens and they have to tell the story in 4 more movies or whatever, right? I just want it to be put together really well. I really want the progression to feel good. I want the score to be absolutely amazing. My expectations are far too high. Mike Bundy told me that before the podcast started.
Way too high.
It's just, I've watched 18 of these movies. 18 for this payoff. And if this payoff isn't a payoff and isn't rewarding, I am going to be so disappointed that I wasted so much of my time. And I will sell the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
So you've seen, what'd you say, 18 movies?
18 movies.
So I've probably seen 17 movies.
Oh, okay. Which one? Black Panther.
Yeah, I haven't seen Black Panther.
Yeah, I believe that there's 18. I don't know the exact count. I've seen all of them now. I'm finally caught up. I saw Guardians 2. I saw Black Panther. I saw Thor Ragnarok. I watched all of those within a week's time.
Ragnarok was so good.
Ragnarok was better than the first Guardians.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy that was made of rocks.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. You don't have any reason to be afraid of me. Unless you're scissors. Then you gotta be scared.
Yeah.
So good.
So yeah. We'll movie talk. Speaking of movies, I'm just gonna give Shill a suggestion right now. Big surprise that was really good. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah. I
have it
heard
out
good
there.
things. Okay.
You guys can watch it.
All right, cool. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard really good things about that movie. I don't remember who I was talking to.
The cast is amazing.
Okay. I would really love to see it. And somebody told me that it was like they wrote the characters for the actors that were going to play those characters. Right?
They
did. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it just felt like The Rock was just The Rock, and Jack Black was just Jack Black. And somebody told me it was
let's talk about Jack Black real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. He plays a 15-year-old or 16-year-old high school girl.
I know that. I knew that. It's very Hot Chick-esque of them. So yeah, I'm excited. I'll watch that movie.
It's so good.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. Somebody else talked it up really spoke very highly of it.
It's good.
Very
it's
recently. Good. So awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be it for this episode of Geek Tavern. A little bit shorter of an episode. Dax wasn't with us today. He'll be back. We promise. So we'll just end it with that. Dax can be found at Dax Hastings on Twitter. You can follow him there. Mike Bundy, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at MikeBundy316, on Instagram at MikeBundy316. Shill, where can they find you?
Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Shill_DS. There we can engage in a little bit of a conversation if you want to. I've been trying to post a little bit more motivational friendly content on there, just because I like doing that. That's how I start pretty much every day at this point. So I just try to take something that I learned in the morning and post it on there and help out folks and give them the little bit of push that they might need. You can find all of us at the Geek Tavern Twitter. We'll chat with you through there, chat with you through our individual Twitters as well. We all talk on the Geek Tavern Twitter when we see something come in. You can chat with us, follow us on there. Episodes are published on that as well, so give us a follow and stay engaged with us. Also, don't forget to join our Discord. It's a permanent link is listed on our Twitter, as I mentioned. That's at Geek Tavern on Twitter. It's also on our Facebook, permanent linked as well. So you can jump into our Discord, engage with us, have conversations throughout the week. We can chat about your top 5 favorite games, what you're buying, what you're selling. We have a dedicated channel in there actually for our recent pickups, which is really cool.
Yeah, I thought of that because on Twitter, I basically, that's what my page is my recent pickups. I don't post pictures of myself because I don't care.
Yeah, well, I thought that was a really cool thing that we added in very recently.
Yep.
So share with us what you're buying, what you're selling. Talk to us about what games you're playing. Get in there and engage with us in some voice chat. We would love to talk with you guys through our Geek Tavern voice chat as well. We could play games together. It'd be super awesome to get a Mario Kart tournament going, or play some Splatoon together, or jump on some Xbox, play some Destiny, something, anything you guys want to play. If we have it available, we'll play it with you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, give us a follow, and so that's a wrap. That's the end of it. So, make sure you guys head out, press start, and keep on gaming.